Hello everybody! Today for Creative Creatures, we're going to see how I draw an ECTOPLASMOUSE. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you want to work on, or you want to watch me as I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and if you you can find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, Creative Creatures, ECTOPLASMOUSE. So the idea is a mouse, obviously, but ectoplasm. You know what ectoplasm is? Ectoplasm is it deals with ghosts. That's what it comes down to, ghosts. And the ethereal, there's a new word for you. The ethereal smoke, so to speak, that they put off is called ectoplasm. So I took ectoplasm and added mouse, so ECTOPLASMOUSE. Get it? Yeah. So that's the idea, and it's just, you know, a way for us to get creative and draw a crazy looking mouse with some strange features, and that's really about it. That's what it comes down to. So there is no it's supposed to be like this or you got to do it like that. I just thought it'd be great to draw a mouse. That's really it. And since, you know, it's the creative part, we can kind of make him like almost like a butterfly ear, something like that, something crazy. I thought I'd make like really big ears just to make it, you know, a little creative, a little what's the word I'm looking for? Fantasy, right? Maybe fantasy realm. There you go. That might be all I need for the sketch, because honestly, it's going to be all about what I add to it. And I just want to make sure that I've got it in the right spot. This one won't take very long to do because, again, we're just drawing a mouse. And it's going to be all about the tiny details. You know, let me look at a picture of a mouse real fast just to make sure I am close enough to the idea of what I want to do. Something like that. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing too crazy I'm going to do. Also, the fact that I'm making it up, it's like, well, you know, there's only so much real details we're going to go. So let me see if there's anything I can erase real fast, and then we'll get going and we'll welcome everybody that skipped. Mostly I erased the sketch lines and leave myself the confidence lines, but the sketch actually worked, so there's not too much I really need to erase. So I gotta be very careful that I don't go too far with the erasing. There you go. I think that'll work. So let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly a fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but left myself enough of a ghost of an image that I could use to guide us on this Sharpie adventure. So normally I start with the pen, but this is pretty big, so I'm going to go straight in with the Sharpie fine point and get going. So I got his eyes. Well, you saw the pose. You know exactly what we're doing. You know where we're going in. So I'm going to start with the eyes. You know, a big old round eye over here. Now I'll color it in black later. I'm not going to do it with this Sharpie. That way I can kind of control it a little bit more. And look, I already started getting creative with the fur. But the thing is, we can't draw all the lines, so I'm just kind of drawing a few fur lines just to try to make some kind of furry goodness for our little friend here. Because we can't really draw all the hairs with the big Sharpie, but we can accent it and play around with a little bit of it. Okay, so I'm going to draw the nose. Something like that. Again, nothing too crazy, just a, you know, strange old mouse nose. I'm going to give him huge mouse ears. But let's draw the face and then we'll work our way up. So I'm going to come around. Something like this. Again, going to add my own creative little ticks and furry flips. And let's give him a little mouth. We're going to kind of come up here and do one of these. And again, color's gonna hide a lot of this too, so I'm not too worried about all the details. So I'm just gonna give him a little bit of, let's give him some freckles, you know, a little bit of fun, a little bit of goodness, something like that, and work my way back up. So I'm gonna kind of come up here and just do one of these, something like that. For the head, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it over here. I'm gonna go up to the ear there, come back around. Something like that, and I'm going to give him huge ears compared to the body, and his body's going to be twisted. Well, again, you've seen it. I don't know why I'm explaining it. I feel like I need to, but you click the picture, you know where we are. So for his ears, we'll just come out here and do this. And I'm playing around, like I said, with the whole plasma, you know, the PlasMouse idea. And so I'm going to kind of play around with like smoke, like an ethereal form, so to speak. So I am going to play around with a little bit of like that, just different design, just to emphasize the fantasy world type kind of look to it. You know, the ethereal PlasMouse look. All right, see, there's already one ear. We're almost there. We're doing good. I'm gonna do the same thing I did over here. Just kind of connect it there, come around for the ear, and again, I'm just kind of playing around with why not, you know. Something like this. Again, don't know what I'm doing, just kind of making it up. But yeah, the whole idea is, and if you just joined, you didn't follow along with the sketch part, the whole idea was it's ectoplasm, you know, like a ghost type kind of thing. You know what ectoplasm is? Look it up, because I already explained. Okay, so he's twisted, so I'm going to draw his shoulder over here like this, and I'm going to start to build also on like the ethereal kind of feel for him too. So I'm going to have his hand, his little paws are going to be over like this. Just something like that, something simple. And let's add a little bit of extra detail. Give him little knuckles. You know, a little bit of musculature. That's the word I'm looking for. Just to kind of show that, you know, he's got little mouse paws. Okay. All right, let's do both of them down like that. So the other one's coming over here like this. This one's pointed down as well. Give him his little mouse paws. Something like that. And look, that one looked like that looks really like a pointy smoky thing, you know? And that's good because we're going for an otherworldly creature. A creative creature, if you will. Or even if you won't. You're here, you have to. Alright. Sorry, I just like making myself laugh. Alright, so there's that little arm. So as I build onto his body over here, let's see, I'm gonna have one leg over here like this, the other one's here, so I'm just gonna kind of build onto the whole idea that he's a smoky goodness. That's kind of what I'm going for. You know, it's just that feel of otherworldly ectoplasm. You know, something like that. So it's almost like a body, but maybe it's not. You know. Now, what I do want to do is let me design his tail, because I do have it kind of flowing this way. So that means it might be in front of his foot here. So let me just kind of build on the smoke idea. Also, I'm just going to play around a little bit too with a couple of little smaller lines, just to build up a cool feature, you know. There we go. All right, cool. So now I got his tail going back this way. Let me just build on that. And I'm just imagining like if he was like a wispy smoke type kind of thing, you know? But flowing along the tail. So, you know, I have the idea, I have the feel, but I just also gotta follow the design, follow the pattern. But that's also the nice thing about stuff like this is, well, we're making it up, you know? No one can tell us we're wrong. Get to go crazy, do whatever you want. Yeah, something like that. Here we go. There we go. How's yours looking? Awesome. Okay. And remember, you don't have to do the lines exactly like I'm doing. This is just a guide. Because always remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between. So don't worry about it if you're not drawing exactly what I draw. Just have fun with it, really. That way, when anybody asks you, well, what is that and why is that? Say, hey, it's an ectoplasmouse. There are no rules. Alright, so now that I know where it's going to go, I did kind of draw it underneath where I sketched his foot. That way I could still kind of keep it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and draw his little footsies. Little tootsies sticking out like this. Look at them little tootsies. Look at that. Look at that toe. Ooh, I just want to pinch it. All right. Ooh, look at that. Look at that little drumstick. Okay, so same thing over here. We're just gonna kind of ectoplasm it up. Let's take that little tootsie out too. Little tootsie toes. Look at that. Look at that little. I just want to grab it and shake it. Look at that little tootsie toes. All right. There we go. So you know what? I say we take care of the rest with color. So that, for creative creatures, that is an ECTOPLASMOUSE. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.